That's it.
Great, thank you.
Recording. Awesome. Well, that's good because now we've got them in 3 nice ones.
It's handy.
It looks like the other one worked.
Yay.
Just renaming it and I'll test it. Working.
Excellent.
Okay, so we have 2 and I'm recording loops now. So whenever you guys are ready, I've got it.
Okay.
Just give me a thumbs up when you're ready. Okay. Welcome, Shelley. It's great to see that you've made it in here today. Can I get you a drink of water or a cup of tea or anything like that?
Nah.
Yeah, you're okay? All right, good. Before we started, I just wanted to go through a few of the things that I need to at each session. I need to inform you that your confidentiality is really important to us and no one has access to your information without your permission. Your information is stored on a database and in one of our files in a filing systems in a locked cabinet, so it's safe and secure. The other thing I needed to let you know about is the notion of what we call mandatory reporting. So if you were to disclose to me that you were going to hurt yourself or someone else, by law I have to inform my supervisor. So I really wanted to let you know about these things. I'm a social worker. I've been working here for quite some time, and part of what we do is assist people that have similar presentations to yourself. So a big welcome to you today. It often takes a lot of courage to come in here and have a bit of a chat about things. So just wanted to say a big welcome. And yeah, really curious about what's brought you in here today.
Thanks. Yeah, I've never been to anything like this before.
Mm-hmm.
Jane convinced me to come, so I just thought I'd do that for her.
Okay.
I'd come along, yeah.
So you haven't been to counselling or any kind of interview before?
No, I've been at a refuge for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't been to anything like this before. I've never really seen the use of coming and talking to someone.
So it sounds like it's a bit sort of a different thing for you to try, yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It is.
Okay, and how are you feeling about that? What are you aware of at the moment?
Oh, I'm a bit nervous to talk about what's been happening at the refuge and why they wanted me to come.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I guess I've got some warnings and stuff. So yeah, I've done some things there that I probably shouldn't have.
Yeah. So you're feeling a bit anxious about talking today? Yeah.
Yeah, and just I guess it's good that you can't. You were saying about confidentiality because I don't really want people to find out.
Yeah.
About my past and stuff. So
yeah. And I really want to reassure you that that's very important to us, and it's actually law. So I don't want to break that, and I really want you to feel safe and supported to say what you need to say. I'm really kind of curious. You mentioned that the refuge asked you to come along here today because a few things have been happening. Could you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So there's a few males there at the refuge, and the other day I tried to hurt one of them. Felt really angry towards him, and I just tried to punch him.
Yeah.
And I have Jane at the refuge who told me to come, and I'm pretty close to her, and You know, she doesn't want to see me get kicked out. So she told me to come here because I just don't really know what happened. I just got really angry at this guy.
It sounds like you got really, really angry to the extent that you wanted to sort of explode at this guy. Is that right?
Yeah, yep, I did. I mean, like, he wasn't really doing it like anything that other people consider bad, which is why I'm a bit confused about it. So he was just standing physically close to me, but he wasn't threatening me or anything, but I just felt threatened anyway.
Yeah, I kind of get the feeling that, or the sense that he was kind of invading your personal space a bit, even though he wasn't aware of it. He was kind of in your zone. Is that something that's fair enough to say?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
He was much too close to me. And yeah, that just really set me off.
Yep. And what was that like for you when this sort of volcano erupted and a few things happened? Could you tell me a little bit about the detail of that?
Just felt like in the moment I was just really angry and I didn't know why. And then after I did feel a bit bad, and when I was talking to my friend Chris from the refuge, she's one of my friends there.
Yeah.
I was saying to her maybe it might be something to do with my mum in the past and the boyfriend she had. And just how they treated me. Like, I really don't like men in general, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I don't usually get full set off like that. Yeah, I don't usually go near them or anything, but...
Yeah. Look, it's really important to me, and I just want to check in with you at the moment. Are you feeling comfortable talking with me? Because you really identified strongly that you usually don't like talking to men. Are you okay at the moment?
I'm all right, because we are a bit of a physical distance apart.
Okay.
I have to say I don't usually form any emotional attachments to men, though.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would make a difference with this or...
Okay. So I just want you to really be aware that at any stage, if you're not feeling comfortable, you feel as though things aren't working between our relationship in this counselling sort of context, let me know, okay? Because not everyone's always a match in this kind of thing, and it's really important to me that you get what you need, okay? So is that something that you feel okay about, and we could maybe move forward ahead with that?
Yep.
Okay,
so.
great. Yep.
Is there any chance of seeing a female or?
Yeah, absolutely. Is that something that you'd like to do?
Yeah, potentially.
Okay, all right. So if that's something that you'd like, I can certainly make a referral for you. Just in the moment, in the here and now, do you feel comfortable enough to continue, or would you like to end the session and get a referral to a female practitioner?
No, I think I'm fine at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, great. Well, something I really want you to be aware of, Shelley, is that you've got a lot of amazing strengths. You really seem able to adapt to situations. You've obviously got a lot of great relationships at the refuge, and somehow you've got yourself in here today. So I just wanted to really bring that to your awareness at the moment, and thank you for continuing with this process. You've raised a few different things. What would you like to talk about right here in the moment?
Probably maybe like talking about what I might be able to do to like if I do get really angry like that again, like stuff maybe I could do to stop it from escalating so I don't get kicked out.
Yeah.
That's probably the most urgent thing for me, is not get kicked out of the refuge, because I don't have anywhere to go if I do.
Yeah. That sounds like a really great idea. Something that can be really useful is what we talk about is a notion of your anger style. How would you describe your anger style? Is it something, do you sort of stew on things a lot? Do you go from a 1 to a 10 like a rocket, really quick and explode? What kind of anger style do you think that you've got?
I reckon 1 to 10.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And what's that like?
It feels like I don't have any control over it. Because maybe if I thought about it before I went to hurt that person, then I wouldn't have done it, because I would have thought of all the good things that you're talking about at the refuge and how I've got all that there that I don't want to lose.
So you remind yourself of some of the important things, and that sort of helps you control your anger a bit? Is that what you mean?
Maybe I would have to take a step away to be able to calm down and think of those things, though.
Okay, yeah. So you've talked about having a bit of an explosive anger style, and there's a few different techniques, I guess, in anger management that you could maybe consider putting into action. One's called time out, where as soon as you feel, as I say, the anger's coming on, you look at your feet, watch yourself, walk yourself away from the situation. Another's taking some deep breaths and trying to slow your breathing down and start counting. And another's to really talk about, oh, I'm really angry, I need to get out of this situation. What kind of technique do you think might be most useful for you out of those few options there? What would you like to try?
I might try the first one that you said about looking down. And maybe it would be good to tell my friends at the refuge that that's what I'm going to do, so they can remind me of the technique and be supportive of that.
Okay, that sounds like a really great choice, And just to reinforce the technique, it's called time out. So as soon as you start feeling are you aware of any of your anger triggers? Do you know, do you get this explosion inside, or do you clench your fists, or any triggers that let you know that big explosion's coming really quickly, or?
Heart beating faster.
Great.
Teeth grinding.
Yeah, excellent. Okay, all right. So as soon as you notice a few of those things starting, the technique is to just drop your neck, look at your feet, and watch yourself step, next step, and then out the door, saying to yourself, I'm just having some time out, and walk your way out the door. And that way it's kind of like saying, if you're not on the playing field, then you're not going to affect anyone else in that field. So you won't sort of lash out at anyone or anything like that. You can go for a bit of a walk. And what we've found is that if you do a little bit of walking, it does what we call emotional regulation, and it helps you regulate your emotions. And you just focus on your breathing in and out, do a bit of a walk. It can be something that's really useful and helpful for some people. If you like, maybe you could try that a few times for homework. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that would be good.
Okay, fantastic. Well, it sounds like we've given you a bit of a talk around, the issues that you wanted to sort of discuss today. Is there anything else that you'd like to talk about?
No, not at the moment. I think it might be good to come back to see if it worked. You did say there was other things if it didn't work, so.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I can do is I can link you in with one of our other female practitioners, and with your permission, if this is okay, I can cross over the information to them that we spoke about today. Is that okay?
That would be really good, thank you.
Okay, excellent. Good stuff. So how I tend to work a little bit differently to most, and it's really important for me to ask this question. Did you find today useful, and is there anything else that you needed from me today?
No, I think that we've covered what I came for, and
Okay.
hopefully started to deal with my most pressing issue. And hopefully I can get into some stuff that I'm a bit more comfortable with the female counsellor later.
Okay, all right. And it sounds like that's a really good natural choice for you. So I really want to congratulate you on being empowered enough to ask for what you need. And look, thank you so much for your time today. On your way out, just see our receptionist and I'll give you a card for the next session, okay?
Thank you.
All right, thanks very much for your time, Shelley, and we'll catch you next time.
Okay.
All right, bye-bye.
Yay. All right.
Do you need to shake your client off or anything?
Nah, I think I'm good.
Cool.
Very far away from Shelley, I think.
Awesome.
17-year-old girl, that was a lot of years ago. 17?
Yeah, my daughter's 17, unfortunately. It's a brutal age when you're a father, I'm telling you.
My parents were lucky because I was just a nerd and all I did was study all the time.
Oh, wow. Double wow.
I was desperate to be a pharmacist when I was young. Strange green. Yeah. All right. Well, do you want me to start?
I'm happy to go with however
how I
our
felt.
assessor wants us to.
Well, I felt like that was really good, actually. Very calm, and I liked how you picked up that I might want a female. I thought that was good. Because there was sexual assault in the case study, but I didn't bring it up.
Yeah, and I kind of thought there may have been something, and I didn't want to probe at all. I wanted to be really respectful and try and empower you as much as I could. So I deliberately didn't, like, you gave me a few opportunities and I went, not going there. I tried to sort of, really try and work on what you wanted to, particularly considering you didn't want to work with a male, which is extraordinarily difficult if you don't want to do that. So I was really happy that you did choose to engage for the little session that we did, but it was great that you were open to referral to a female client, a female practitioner, I should say.
But yeah, I felt like that was good. It felt pretty comfortable and not like you were annoyed that you were losing a client to another practitioner or anything. So I was impressed by the anger strategies too. I don't know any anger management strategies, so.
I've worked with a lot of angry people. I really fumbled through that, so I was not very happy with the way that the options I came up with. But I had a few good ones. I just forgot my script.
So that was good.
Look, it felt like as I sort of said, it felt okay from my perspective. I was just like I was really aware that there may have been some really raw stuff or trauma stuff for me to keep away from, and I didn't want to open that can of worms up or re-traumatize you in any way. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to make the most of the time that we had in a useful way, but give you a very respectful option to transition into like with the female practitioner. I just went through the usual kind of motions that I tend to during a session. Tried to use micro skills and nod my head, all that attending behaviour, and use some of the other ones. Tried to identify some strengths so that you were aware of those. Just tried to make you feel as comfortable as I could at the start and build some rapport. contract with what you wanted for the day, and that was to have a bit of a chat from your supported to come along from the refuge. And yeah, you know, offer you a drink of water or a cuppa or something to try and make you feel really important, and you know, like that I wanted to give you some quality time and stuff like that. So I was trying to work on empathy. I was trying to build that therapeutic alliance as quickly as I could, and then try to sort of tick the boxes that we had to along the way. So that's kind of how it was in my head.
Yeah. It came across very natural.
Thanks.
I'm just listening and scribbling at the same time.
Okay, the assessor.
Yeah, I felt like it had a really good flow to it. I'm interested to see, Luke, why you're so like, oh, I had to stay away from the sexual assault. Like, it's just sort of interesting.
That was yeah, for me, because my client was female and really didn't want to work with a male practitioner, I thought it was really important for me to, you know, keep away from that more intensive stuff. So the strategy I chose was to try and empower the client to work on what they wanted to, and that was anger management. So I was really comfortable with that position, and that more complicated sort of stuff, I just thought it was more important for whoever that female worker was to start that and go along with that process. So that's why I made that decision at the time. If the client had said they were comfortable with a male worker, I would have approached and addressed it, but I just didn't think it was appropriate. It didn't feel right for me.
You did give Shelley a few opportunities to exit the session though, and she kept sort of persisting with it and was semi-comfortable. I guess it would have just been a little bit interesting to explore where the anger was coming from, probably a little bit more, as more of a preventative approach, I guess. I agree, like when you were doing like your client self-determination, like showing the client actually how to do the exercises was really good. Because I think that's something that we can all learn, and sometimes we just go, oh, you need to do mindfulness or you need to do this, but we never actually show our clients how to do it. So they go away going, I don't know what I'm doing. And then usually they don't want to come back if they feel embarrassed. So I really enjoyed when you were actually showing her how to do it. You did really good at the paraphrasing and mirroring. So like you were talking, I did a couple of quotations like anxious about talking, when you was like saying, oh, you're really, really angry, like exploding, and sort of paraphrasing in that way, but not a lot of summarizing. So you would often put it straight back into your own words or completely mirror what they said to validate. But there wasn't a lot of summarizing, which I feel like I'm the same, because sometimes summarizing is just adding different words in to tell the client what they said. A lot of clarification, which was great. So like, have you done counselling before? How are you feeling about this experience? Because it was her first time, so you were sort of testing the waters to see if this is something she's actually interested in. Asked more about why she was attending, and that's obviously where she said that she's had issues at the refuge and needing some anger management. But obviously you took the road of not really exploring why she became angry at the refuge, but just sort of dealing with that immediate stuff around, well, how can we try and diffuse situations when you get angry again? You explored why, like, if she was comfortable talking with men, because like I sort of picked up on that as well, and was actually thinking whether you would explore that, which immediately as I thought it, you started, so that was a really good one. You talked about that you're happy for the counsellor to be changed, referral pathways, which is great. You really drilled in the strengths that Shelley has and what she's bringing already to the table, and that she already has all of those tools. And then you gave her a lot of options around what treatment style she can do. So you gave her that freedom of choice. You didn't sort of go in going, oh, we need to do anger management strategies and this is what we're doing. You sort of gave her a couple of options and then she chose that that's where she'd like focus. So I really enjoyed that. And then summing up when you were doing your end phase and closing, like you made your new appointment, you gave some homework. Again, you validated why she came in that day, the positives out of the session, and then hopefully the positives that would come out of the entire treatment. So yeah, it was good. A lot of nodding, a lot of yes, excellent. All those sort of keywords, which was great. I felt like that when I was watching you, it felt really second nature for you. Like I didn't think you were thinking about doing that stuff. It actually felt like it was normal for you to do that. You asked about her triggers, so like minimal encouragements and things like that. Yeah, and then all like showing a lot of respect. Obviously, you come from that respect way where you didn't want to explore, I guess, the sexual assault stuff and maybe explore that with her down the track to see if maybe we need to go in a female specialist direction. You felt really genuine. Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, thank you.
Ticked all the boxes, yeah.
As a client, I was trying not to go down the sexual assault route, to be honest.
Oh, good.
Because when I was reading about it, I thought, as someone who's never been to see a counsellor before and has been kind of convinced to go, like, I was trying to convey that I'd been convinced to go so I didn't get kicked out and kind of just wanted to deal with that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Perfect.
So I was trying to avoid it.
It looks like we've got 7 minutes left, so we can stop this and head back into the main room, or do we want to debrief a little bit more?
Yeah, look, I'm just trying to think. It's like the process felt fine for me. It was good because you made me work a bit, Caitlin, which I really enjoyed. You know, you didn't just make it. I had to sort of dig a little bit and try and engage with you as much as I could. So it sort of got me out of my comfort zone, which was great. And yeah, it's like it's a really interesting point, I think, that Elizabeth brought up. You know, why didn't you go down that sexual path and sexual assault stuff? And for me, it was just trusting my gut and my instinct. It was just my alarm bells were going, oh, you know, I don't really want to push this. So, you know, like I was saying before, just to try and empower you to do what you wanted to do. In seeing we only had one session and wasn't likely I was going to see you again, I thought what I was trying to do was to give you a skill to take to practice, and then, you know, hopefully engage with a female practitioner and say, oh, look, started off with this male worker, didn't really want to do that, but we had a bit of a chat. Here's something he suggested. I tried it, and this is how it was, kind of thing. So that was the sort of hope there. So yeah, I sort of was kind of fell into the trap of trying to generate an outcome, which is a real no-no in counselling, a purist counselling approach. But like in the other environments I've worked in, you whip to try and get an outcome. So it's really kind of interesting. You can get caught in a bit of a tension between organisational expectations versus your training sometimes. So that was really interesting for me to be aware of. And yeah, you know, it was just like a good experience. Now I feel like I've sort of joined the club with you guys now because we've all had a go. Yay.
Yeah. I think I need a lot more practice, but this kind of stuff is just not like second nature to me. Like I need to practice it a lot.
Like I said, role plays are really unnatural anyway. It never goes this smoothly. All
I try and do at work is just be really genuine.
Yeah.
It's like my main thing. Like, you know, if I'm being honest and genuine, that's
exactly.
People seem to I don't know.
Without the casualness of it, I you sort of just sit in the space of you've got someone that you know sitting in front of you telling you a problem, and you're trying to provide them with the best advice and support possible, but you obviously just take that friendship approach out of it, where you're like, put the colloquial language, you've got to like obviously keep your professional integrity, but you can't really stuff it up if you come from a place of support and empathy. As long as you're not going in there going, I'm going to fix this person's problem and I'm going to be the best social worker they've ever had, then and you're just generally nice, then you'll be fine. And I think that's what people are getting bogged down on, is that they feel like they need a criteria that they need to follow in a structure. And I'm like, interviews are not like that. Client conversations are not like that. You just got to talk to them like a human being.
It never goes the way that you think it'll go anyway. But I was thinking about that last night. I was like, I think I almost was too scared to say stuff because I'm like, is that wrong? Rather than, you know what I mean? Like, that maybe is too problem solving, or it doesn't fit this kind of what we're meant to be doing.
Yeah, well, that's where I think the freedom of what Elizabeth was saying, you know, it kind of, it frees, it's less mechanistic if you've got all these, what framework, what this going on here, what that going on there. It's really hard to balance that in your mind and be genuine with someone, and they'll see it. They'll see there's something going on in the back of your mind, you know. So I think it's really important to do that, like that fluid, person-centered, engaging, micro skills, all the common factors of good counselling and therapy tend to give you the results that you need, rather than you know, whether it's CBT or psycho this or TNT or whatever you want to call it, you know, that classic Rogerian, you know, unconditional positive regard and being respectful and just trying to relationally attune with someone else, I think's where the real gold's at, you know.
And I think it'll absolutely happen. You'll say something to a client, like you'll be like, oh, yep, so that's happened. So let's try some anger management strategies. And they'll be like, no, I'm not doing that. Like they will absolutely tell you if you're not in the right direction. So, and then you just go, okay, well, let's try something else. Like, because we all say something wrong. So it's going to happen. We're all human. I remember like when I first started case management, I'm like there with my notebook, like just scribbling notes as they're talking. And now I just go in and just literally just sit there like this, just listening into them talk. Because it's not about going back and writing a page of notes this long. I'm usually just going client conversation, client has depression, client is homeless, this is what we're looking at doing. And my notes are like this long now. And that just changes over time. I think we've got to go back now.
Yeah, I wanted to say well done, everyone. It's been really great working for you. Thanks for being so relaxed and making it so comfortable, uncompetitive and enjoyable. Thank you.
It's been a good group.
We had a really good group, and I'm glad we got the token mail in our group.
Same.
Oh, thanks.
We're the winners. All good. I think it'll be good. Like, are you guys in your first year as well, or?
Yep, first semester, first year for me.
Me too. So it'll be good to sort of explore, keep that
Facebook
group open, and just sort of see where we all end up at the end.
I would love to do a study group, and if you guys want to practice these skills, I'm big on deliberate practice, and I think Zoom is a great way to do that.
Yeah, it is good.
I'm definitely.
So if you're keen, let me know. I'm looking for a deliberate practice group, and that's what this is about.
Okay. Well,
I wonder if August will go ahead.
We just got an email. It looks like it's either going to be put online or cancelled or pushed.
Okay.
Yeah, we just got an email. So yeah, I'm happy to keep this group going and absolutely making friends and stuff. So cool. Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Yeah, so look, as you guys are aware, I'm really big on sharing information. So if there's I've got a huge, like I'm sure you probably worked it out, I've got this huge digital library of stuff that I've collected over the years, and I'm a master at getting whatever book I want from Russia and all that kind of stuff. So if there's anything that you ever want, just let me know and I'll try and get it for you.
Also, I've had, look, I need this. And you're
That's
like,
it,
yeah,
yeah.
I got prepared earlier.
Yeah, look, and if I've got it, I'm happy to share whatever I've got with you. And that, what was it called? Coronation Street. I've forgotten the name of it. There's a link I put on that Facebook page. The resources on that's brilliant. I used it all throughout my counselling minor when I did psych, and it does great examples of micro skills. It's got experts teaching you what to do. It's really, really good.
That sounds so good.
It's a real go-to, and all those books I posted, they're my kind of Bibles that really work for me and give me a lot of great sort of a bit of a compass to head towards in relation to what kind of practitioner or social worker I want to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm going to have a look at those.
But I've certainly compiled a huge array of social work textbooks and stuff too. So if you're interested, let me know and I'll post a link to my big library and you can just download what you want as you need it kind of thing. All I ask in return is if you find a few good journal articles or whatever yourself, post them up and we'll create a professional library for ourselves if you can.
Sounds
I love
beautiful.
doing that kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I love a good a Google Doc as well. They're always good fun.
Yeah.
To share information and compile things. So
absolutely.
Perfect. Awesome. Thanks, team. I'll see you back in the big room.
No worries.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah.
The dilemma of being in the main room.
Sorry, we crashed. Yeah.
No, it's totally fine. Totally fine. You're welcome in the main room.
That was fantastic, Vanessa. And it was recorded. So we've got a recording of it.
Yeah. Can we stop the recording now?
Oh, yeah.
And then open a new one? Is that possible?
Yeah. Near it needs.
Near it does that? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll stop it now. I'm listening to you.
So we've all done ours, haven't we?
Yeah, in 1 minute or two, we'll go back to main room.
Thank you, Amanda, being a good client.
No, I don't know what it is recording. It says recording.
It was recording Vanessa and Amanda's session just then.
Yeah, but I stopped it because you said you want to stop it now, and it still says recording, so I'm not sure what it is. Yeah, all right, I'll figure this out.
I'll send you notes, Vanessa and Amanda. Is that all right? Susie, do you want to do that too? We'll send them the notes on that one.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Yeah, and Amanda is the client. Send notes too.
Yeah, I will. I'll write some stuff down now. Actually, I'll just take a minute to.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
Some Academy Awards though up, I reckon.
You're a great 21-year-old, Amanda. That was really good. I believed you.
The check shirt helped me with the rural setting.
Fleno, yeah.
My husband said to me this morning, he said, I know we live in Dubbo, but come on. You're going a bit far now.
She looks 21 too though, Susie. That's the problem, right?
Yes.
I know. I was worried about the the transference. I was worried, oh my God, am I going to be representing the mother?
No. I'm actually 37, so my 20s are long past. It's all good.
Bragger.
Yeah, everyone looks 21 once you're over bloody 45.
Okay, we are missing one room. Has not come back yet.
Who?
I have one room that hasn't come back yet. Okay, I'll get that. I think we might take a break, don't we?
Yep.
This was a very long session.
Cup of tea.
A cup of tea will be good.
How long?
Tea.
I'm
All
surprised
right,
it's not
let's
wine
see.
time. It's Thursday afternoon.
Friday.
One time.
I'm in my
No.
house. Come on.
Oh, God, love you.
Yeah.
Can I
Can
just-
we postpone the wine till the end of?
It would make it really interesting, but for me to watch you guys all get drunk.
It would be interesting, I'm quite sure.
A Zoom party after.
I don't drink either, so I'd love to sit back and watch everybody get hammered. That's my entertainment, really.
I'm
As
just,
long as it's not recording, we can do that after.
I'm just texting my
know,
partner to bring me
I
some.
have here a sign saying recording, and there is no way I can stop it. So I'm not sure what's going on.
No drinking, everybody.
No alcohol,
How can I
then.
stop this?
Oh, that's Louisa. Is that you recording still? To close it down? No?
Oh, it's probably me.
You?
Oh, I'm recording as well, I think.
Yeah, I didn't stop recording from the last.
Yeah, but
break
now
room.
I've closed the rooms, so I'm not sure. Let's.
Just very quickly, I don't know if anyone in this group asked in the main lecture what's happening with the next residential schools, but I'm on the Charles Sturt social page. I don't know if anyone else is on Facebook.
Yeah.
All of session 2 is online again, and most likely residential schools as well.
Yeah, I just read that email that we got sent, and they're looking at either postponing some residential schools in like June, July, I think, May, June, July, or cancelling them.
We don't have another resi school this term, though.
Not
next
this
time.
term.
But
Next
this
semester
year.
there will be.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is semester 2
I'm just going
update.
day by day.
it
I
like
don't know what's
August?
going on.
Yeah.
I think it's
All
August.
right.
Living
so
in the moment.
Would you like to take a break, like 10-15 minutes? I feel I can use one because
Yeah.
I
15.
and
15
then
would be
we
great.
can debrief and decide what we want to do. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Nuri,
right.
Nuri, do you mind? Can we keep this open for Vanessa, Susie, Amanda, and myself just to debrief after the last one? Would that be okay? Because we were in the remember we were in the main meeting section.
So you are in the main section.
Yeah, like if everyone else buggers off, then we'll
Just put your sound down if you don't want to hear us.
One you
Yeah.
have to ask from the other guys, not from me.
Is that all right, guys? Because we just didn't debrief after the last one. Is that all right? Yeah,
I'm happy with that.
yeah.
So
Because
you can just, so I suggest you can just turn off the video,
Video,
and your
yeah.
mics, so you can do your debrief.
Yeah, just turn your sound guys off as well. Or if you don't want to hear us, I don't mind if you hear us, but
I just think it's important for you two guys to finish everything.
Can't even find it. Oh, I'm
all
speaking
right, Megan, you
out
can
loud.
stay.
You need that wine, Megan. Go.
Does anyone need the toilet? Are you guys okay?
I'm good. I'm good. All right.
There we go.
Thank you.
All right. And I just thought it was important that we debrief. That way it's fair for everybody. Oh, that was outstanding, guys. Amazing. Just beautifully done. Get Vanessa, your calmness again was just beautiful when she walked in. My notes, I've written things like, so clear on that confidentiality that it just was, obviously you can tell that you've done this a few times. So what I really liked, and out of everything that you said, the most important thing for me that came out of it was your positive remarks about her boyfriend. That's what I found really interesting, that you actually said something positive about him, so you didn't make something negative about her boyfriend where she gets her back up and go, oh, what are you talking about my boyfriend like that?
Yeah.
I actually found that to be quite insightful and something that I went, nice. Oh, I'm gonna use that. I like that
she was saying,
yeah, because she was saying, you know, he's nice and blah blah, and it's only when I get drunk that, you know, when we get drunk. But you didn't, even though we know what he was doing is wrong, you didn't engage in what he was doing was wrong. And I found that to be really, really insightful at that moment. Of course, what he's doing is wrong, but at that moment, you chose not to be negative about him at all. And the other one was, how do you feel? I really liked that one. It was just very clear, straight to the point, and how do you feel? But in that, you know, short 5-6 minutes, again, everything was on par. The way Amanda reacted was just beautiful. No, just taught me a lot. Thank you. It was really good.
Thank you. That was really lovely to hear. But also, yeah, it's interesting to. I forgot you guys were there. I tried really hard to just focus in on my client to the point where I felt like she was sitting in this chair. I don't know. My imagination's too wild. But anyway, yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
I love how when she was talking about mum doesn't like him, blah, 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 and how you just cut to the chase with, well, how do you feel about this guy? And I loved that because you could tell Amanda could have then gone on a tangent of my mum, and so you brought it straight back down to, well, how do you feel? And like just really calmed it down and really changed that thinking really quickly, that thought pattern that Amanda could have gone down. You swapped that around. I thought that was a really great trick. Really,
and that's interesting,
really
isn't it, Susie, that you and I both honed in on that.
Yeah,
that skill, right?
That was a real turning point in that interview. Yeah. So I found that really, really good. You were really good. And you picked up on the mum. Why hear? I can hear, and you said a few times, I can hear. So just I can hear that you were feeling like, so you really picked up on that and was reassuring to Amanda as well. And really not judgmental kind of thing. It was just, okay, yep, this is what's going on right now. Yep. I liked the safety plan as well. I liked that with the phone, like text message or ring you, kind of just checking in. That was really good as well. And just picking up on Amanda, she's not here yet to, I'm going to leave him kind of thing. It was just like today Amanda was more frustrated about mum kind of thing. And you're very skillfully getting out those details about the boyfriend and like, well, what happened at that party? You know, has he ever done this to you? So without Amanda, I'm assuming like it felt like she wasn't even aware of what you were doing. You were just picking these pieces. So
she hinted at so much stuff. Like she hinted, and I was like, I've got 7 minutes.
Yes. And you know what? But I don't know what Amanda felt like, but it didn't feel rushed. Even though it was 7 minutes and everyone's coming back on screen and you're going, shit. It didn't feel like it was rushed. You still felt in that moment you were in her moment and you're allowing her to be.
Yeah. You do get some jobs that do that to you. They actually give you like 15-minute stints with people as your first time. So I kind of rushed into that mode of doing it that way. But Amanda, you were a corker of a client to me. I'm sitting there going, oh, she's good because she's living like this character really well. Because you didn't give me really why you were there. Like, and I kind of tried to fish for it, but I was like, why are you coming? And that's good because clients often don't, hey?
Yep.
And I don't think my client really knew herself either. Like, I don't think she was very aware of some of those bigger picture ideas. Just to be clear, I have a really good relationship with my mum. None of this is grounded in reality. And I got from that interaction, it felt like a really non-judgmental space, and the opposite of the relationship I was getting from my mother in that context. I wasn't getting any of that pushback. I was just getting, but what about you? What's going on with you? And that felt, it made me calm, made me feel a lot more relaxed, and I felt that it could go from there. I felt like there was plenty of space for me to start opening up if we had it gone on. So
yeah, thank you.
Sorry.
One of the things that I felt like I was conscious of in the session was exactly what you said, Amanda, was that not to be your mum, like not to just be another person like that, but also you gave me, which sometimes you get on the referral form, like you gave me a little bit of your history before we started about the fact that you've been in counselling before, and stuff in childhood. So there's obviously a relationship issue with your mum that could come up over time. What kind of person is she, and how do you feel about her, and all that sort of stuff. So I felt like there was a lot of like there wasn't any rush in this particular case. This person's coming, and we can explore it over time as to what's going on there.
Good job. Well done, guys.
Thank you so much, guys. You guys have been like the best people to be with.
Agreed. I feel so lucky to be in this.
I've learned so much from you guys, and it's just, and not just learning, but your personalities are just, you can feel the goodness coming from you guys, and it's just been a pleasure. I'll get all upset.
I don't want to let this go. I want to hold on to it.
No, you know what? I think in this world at the moment, with everything going on, it's nice to have people out there that are good, that are doing the right thing, and just thank you so much. It's been a real privilege to be with you guys.
I agree 100%.
Yes.
All right, wine time. I'm going to go and cry.
Vanessa, we gave Amanda our email addresses before, so if you want to send it to Amanda, she can start the ball rolling.
You've got my email, haven't you, Vanessa?
I've just sent you an email, I think.
Oh, okay, you got
I think I have.
AmandaLT@outlook.com.
Okay, let me have a look what I sent that to.
Because if it's a uni one, I wouldn't have no clue.
Okay, so Amanda
T.
Yep.
@outlook.com.
Outlook.
So maybe
I just got yours, Vanessa.
Oh, okay.
So how do you want to work this? So if we do, I've got the video from yesterday's one with our 3-1 yesterday. So I'll email that to everybody. So do we all take each a different one, or our own that we're critically analysing our own delivery, aren't we? Yeah.
It means to butt in if the video is over 20 megabytes. Sorry, out of the group, if your video is over 20 megabytes, it will not email.
Okay, I'll just condense it.
Yeah, okay.
Look, over 45, and I know how to condense a file.
Yeah, and we'll have each other's observations. So
and we'll just type them all up and send to each other, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Amanda Gresham, I don't have your email address. I've got the other two.
Yeah.
So, Amanda, can you just copy me into an email to Amanda as well?
Yeah, and then we'll all be on the group, and then we'll all just keep sending reply all, whatever. Yep.
Thank you, my lovelies. That was awesome.
Well done. Well done.
All right, break time.
Thank you so much.
We're done. Woo!
Did you get changed, Louisa?
Yes. I'm going to do a workout straight after this, so I've just got my workout gear on.
I'm going to do some bicep curls, Louisa.
Yeah, I'm going to
use my mouth.
That's after I finish.
Got to combat it, do you? Yeah.
You've got to even it out.
Oh, I've got a pet. Hold on. I'm going to race and get my pet because this will be a bit odd. Hold on.
I hope it's not a snake.
If I got my pet, they will eat everything on my desk.
My pup's on holidays at grandma's house.
Do you have a cat or a dog?
You don't have one in hospital, Jen.
I wish I could have her here.
I just went out, so my partner's gone for a walk because he finished his work at 4, so he's just wrapped up in the lounge room, and I've walked out there, and the dog's peed in the hallway, and I'm like, the doggy door's open.
Oh, yuck! No, I'm going. It's my
Is that
pet
a
hate.
bearded dragon?
It's a lizard.
Vanessa, is that a bearded dragon?
Yes.
Oh.
This
Amanda took off.
I used to have a blue tongue lizard.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gone.
And it just was like, no.
well, now I'm going to have to go get him.
That's cute. There's a big difference between those and snakes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we're showing puppies. I'm cats.
This is Max.
Hello, Max.
He's 16.
Oh, what's that? It's a bearded dragon. So he's 16.
He's 16 years old.
Oh,
he's my
he's
geriatric.
beautiful.
Aww.
Hello.
Aww.
And now he's cranky, so I'm going to put him down.
Oh, yeah.
No, Amanda.
What's the
Amanda, it's
bearded
gonna be
dragon's
fine.
name?
This is Hacker.
Hacker.
Hacker. My son, my 10-year-old son named him.
Yeah.
He's lovely and warm right now.
Beautiful.
Amanda, you're a cracker.
Is it a lizard?
Yeah, it's a.
It's a bearded dragon.
Nah, my phobia.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I'll put him down then.
There's a counselling session.
Want some mild exposure therapy, or should I just put him down?
No, it's all good. No, I'm just gonna look off screen.
It's
What's
fine.
the
I'll show everybody
sausage's
else.
name? Elizabeth, what's the sausage dog's name?
I'll put him down. I'll keep him down now, Amanda. You can
What is
look.
he?
I don't believe you.
Don't miss out on the puppies. I promise I wouldn't lie.
He's a beagle.
It's gone, Amanda.
Okay. His name's Henry.
Henry.
14 weeks old.
Oh, he's lovely.
I was a little bit teary this morning in our grief and loss lecture. So just before Christmas last year, my partner and I came home from work, and our new puppy at the time, Riley, was bitten by a snake or a spider and had a seizure and passed away in the backyard while we were at work.
Yeah.
So I was a little bit teary this morning when we were talking
Do
about
you
the
know,
process, so.
I lost my 2 dogs to a foster dog that I had. He killed them both in my yard. That was 2 years ago. And these 2 puppies now that I've got now, I swear to God, they are the same fucking dog in a different body. They are so alike. And we only got the second one the other day, and they connected instantly, like this little pair that had known each other forever. And I've cried so much since then. But grief and loss, mate, it knocked me. I was surprised how hard that hit me for so long. It was devastating, just devastating.
Pets are another area that don't get enough attention.
Oh my
when it comes
God.
to grief and loss. They don't. That's my Maltese in the background eating because he's afraid of his own dinner bowl.
Yeah, that's fair.
Have an argument. Yeah.
Yeah.
And over here that's my Labrador, Indiana,
Bye-byes.
looking at me very not happy about the fact that I'm sitting back at my computer.
Yeah. Give me
Riley
cuddles.
Riley was my first ever dog. I never had one as a child.
Yeah.
What I wanted was a puppy. And my partner and I built our house and moved in. So we've been in our house for 12 months this month.
Yeah.
And it was like our sort of concrete, let's get a puppy together.
Yeah.
And you're always like, you plan for death at old age. You never plan for death as an infant. Because he was only 5 months old. So it was a little bit hard.
Where do you live, Elizabeth?
We're in Rutherford. So
Okay. Was
Rutherford.
it a brown snake?
Good on you, Amanda. Yesterday calling it Rutherford.
Yeah. She knows what I'm talking about then.
Yeah.
Nothing new. It's nothing new to someone.
No,
that lives in
I know
Rutherford.
it's not. It's not. Like I said, my son lives there.
So all the vet could tell us was it was a toxin that killed him. So we don't know if he ate like a snail or a slug, or if there was a spider, or if there was a snake, or what happened.
So is this little one delicious? This little doggy?
Oh, he's so cute. He's so naughty though.
Yeah.
So
Actually, I just came back from going out the back and my dogs have dug a fucking massive hole in the backyard while I've been on the computer today.
This
God.
one digs a hole, finds a rock, brings the rock inside, and just decides to like run it over my hardwood floor.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
Puppies, eh?
Oh.
Yeah, they're funny. Actually, my mum passed away in 2011. She had Alzheimer's, and it was awful and it was a horrible experience. But the death of my dogs shook me more than that. Like, I grieved. I couldn't believe it. How much it shook me. It was insane. It took a really long time.